Hi everybody, I'm Kathleen Byram, and I'm the author of Conversations with Dawnkey, A Bipolar Journey. I'd like to talk today about my childhood. I was a weird kid. I was uncomfortable in my own skin, and I was clumsy, and I was one of those kids that get yelled at while playing sports in gym because I wasn't coordinated. I was an interesting kid if you got to know me. I liked all kinds of cool stuff. One thing that interested me was astrology. I was interested in it from about the age of 8, believe it or not, and I've been studying it ever since. But really, what happened was I didn't keep studying the astrology. I got interested in psychology instead, and I found that seemed to quench my needs for knowing and understanding people better than astrology did. I still am kind of interested in astrology, but not like I was before. I was interested in the occult, period. Anything like that. I loved it. I loved the aesthetic, and I loved the different stuff. I don't know what the word is. Anyway, back to childhood. I was a fun kid, if you could get to know me. I was shy and withdrawn and reserved and polite, but I was also a lot of fun if you got to know me. That was hard because sometimes I had a little bit of a chip on my shoulder because I was worried that people wouldn't like me. I remember in class when I got to, I think it was 2nd grade, and I was introduced, or no, that's not what happened. I was just sitting with my legs crossed on the floor like everyone else, and she was doing roll call, I think, and they said my name. And of course I said here, and everyone turned to look at me because they didn't know that name and they wanted to see the face that was with it. So do you know what I did? Instead of smiling and doing this, I went and stared at everybody rudely because that's how I felt like they were doing to me. So you see, I was not the same person that I am today. I was also extremely sensitive, of course. Aren't the people who go around offending other people the most sensitive? I don't know if that's true or not. I liked to make up games. I remember a game that I made up a game called Clue, which was totally stealing from the board game, of course. And I would just write up clues and hide them throughout the house. One would take you to the next one, and so forth and so on. And I would get my friend Nancy to do them. And then at the end was some kind of surprise or something. I also enjoyed sliding down the stairs on a blanket or a box, a piece of cardboard or something like that. That was a lot of fun. And I like to make up games outside. I remember when I got older, I enjoyed making up board games. I would make them with my son, Sean. We loved that. We made some interesting games, too. I was a very paranoid child. I was afraid of the dark. I was afraid of doors going creak and slowly opening. I was afraid of my dummy Lester. I kept him in the closet at night because I was scared of him at night. I was probably 14 years old when I was still doing that. I remember one thing that happened when I was probably between 11 and 14. I saw the show Play Misty for Me. And it wasn't a terror show. It was more like a psychological thriller. And this woman had dark hair, and she was a threat. And she had me so nervous that by the end of the show, I had to have my mom stand in the room with me while I was getting dressed. Or maybe she just came and offered to do it. I don't remember. But while I was getting dressed, my dad decided to check on me, and he put his head around the corner and peeked. And he has black hair, and I saw that black hair coming around the corner peeking, and I lost it. I leaped up on the bed and started screaming. Now, I was a very controlled child because I didn't want to get spanked. And I had no control over that. It just happened. I went nuts. I was a halfway intelligent kid, but I was also very spacey. I remember when I was about 14, my parents got me luggage and just put it in the garage because they knew I'd never see it. And I got it for my birthday. It's going on 6 minutes and 30 seconds now, so I think I'm going to let you go on this. I might say some more about this later on another video. But thank you for listening, and I hope that you will like and subscribe. It only takes a second to click the like button, and it does so much good for me, algorithm-wise and mood-wise. I get thrilled when I see a like or a comment. And please comment if you would, and tell me your experiences as a child. Thank you so much for listening. Bye-bye.